So here I am on my second playthrough of Elden Ring, trying to do some jolly cooperation with my brother here, and here we are journeying throughout Caelid when...
Uh-oh.
Go, go, go! Get to the next side of grace! Hurry, hurry! Oh my god, we're not gonna make it! Not gonna make it! Oh, no, 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 no! Wait. Oh, no. This dude is sitting by the side of grace, and he just whooped my ass. Well, good luck, bro. Not to mention all the disconnects and crashes that happen, on top of all the invasions. Yeah, there's a lot to uncrack here with the multiplayer. Now, I love Elden Ring. Since my last video on it, I've now put in about 100 hours and plan to double that number in the future. It may seem like I hate it based on all the videos I've been making criticizing it, but it is most definitely not a perfect game. There are things that absolutely infuriate me about it. The endgame bosses being one of those things, and well, now that I'm playing through the game with my brother, the multiplayer is now another one of my gripes with it. So my brother decided to get Elden Ring on the condition that I'd play through the whole game with him. So me being the masochist that I am, decided sure, but this time around I'll do a magic build just for funsies, and god, I feel like magic builds suck early game, but hey, maybe that's a topic for another video. For now, let's just talk about my first gripe with the multiplayer, the Furl Calling Finger Remedy. This thing fucking sucks, okay? The fact that you have to use this item to see summon signs is such a weird design choice. Why? It was never like that in previous games. The only purpose this item serves that I could possibly think of is to discourage people from engaging in jolly cooperation, and that's a real shame. Because playing multiplayer in Elden Ring with my brother has been the most fun I've had with the game in a long time, even with how broken it is to do so. With that being said, the remedies are pretty easy to craft, with the requirements being 2 Erdly flowers, which you can grab pretty easily within the open world. But it is such a stupid inconvenience that just makes me wonder, why do I have to run around collecting these in the first place? And with me having to use so many of them since we're playing with each other constantly, I find myself consistently running out, whereas when I played the game by myself, I had so many I didn't know what to do with them all. Again, really weird design choice, and I have no idea why they decided to change how the multiplayer worked within this game. Now, it could be due to how inconvenient it makes traversal if you're summoning within the open world. If you have a phantom along with you while journeying throughout the world in Elden Ring, neither of you can use Torrent. That's right, the best way to get around throughout this absolutely massive game? Throw that out the window. You gotta migrate your ass around on foot like it's the Ice Age and you're following around a buffalo herd. I will say, this really makes you appreciate the design choice where you don't lose stamina if you're outside of combat, so that way you can just infinitely sprint. Still, this makes fighting against field bosses where Torrent would really help an absolute nightmare. It's funny that you would think that the multiplayer in Elden Ring would universally just make all the bosses easier because you have an extra person with you, which means more damage output, less aggro on you, etc. But then the game handicaps you in these other weird ways, like not being able to use Torrent, to where it would be easier to just do the boss fight on your own instead. Now, the one reason I think they decided to make Torrent unusable during multiplayer is due to invasions. Think about it. If everyone could use Torrent, then people would just be riding around on their goats on this constant chase that would literally never end. Then again though, a lot of invasions end up being the same chase sequence, just on foot instead, so maybe allowing Torrent wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. Alright, let's talk about invasions. So with invasions, you'd think that invaders would be able to invade anyone, as long as they're playing online and able to see messages and things like that, right? Wrong. In this game, they made it so that only people who are in multiplayer sessions can get invaded. Now, I can kinda see the logic here. Invaders typically are familiar with PvP, meaning that if it's a matchup between the host and the invader, usually the host is losing in this situation. To offset this, they decided to make it so that invaders can only invade multiplayer sessions. Makes sense, right? And I can absolutely see where they're coming from here. But the thing is, this is just another reason to not play multiplayer if you're not interested in PvP and just want to get through the game, like some people in Elden Ring do. Every time me and my brother would summon each other without fail, there'd be an invader. And I pride myself on being a good PvPer, but since I've solely been playing with my brother while absolutely doing no exploring, I am essentially useless. Now, this is more just a me problem than a problem with the game itself, I guess, but just hear me out. It can get really frustrating when all you want to do is try to fight this field boss, but then you have Johnny over here trying to come ruin your day. That's when the game starts to really piss me off and I go, no, this is bullshit. In a lot of ways, the invaders are tougher than the actual freaking boss because these dudes go and get high-end gear, then come back and invade early game players to absolutely spank them. Then throw a boss into the mix with all that and it's like, oh my god, what were they thinking? It wouldn't have been possible to just prevent invasions whenever there's a field boss within the immediate area? I get that it would have been a bit of a weird problem to navigate around, but how it is right now is honestly unacceptable. So again, sometimes I just tell my brother, dude, just do it on your own, because it's honestly more of a headache to try and do it together. And that's not how multiplayer should work within a co-op game. That's not to mention the crashes and just straight up weirdness we'd experience when playing the game. For some reason, multiplayer makes Elden Ring do some really wonky shit. We're playing on PC though, so I don't know if this wonkiness is an exclusive feature for us, but you console players are gonna have to let me know, okay? With that being said, the Renala boss was completely broken for us. I don't think I have any footage unfortunately, as I wasn't recording at the time, but the first phase of the boss literally wouldn't progress. I thought we were doing something wrong. I was like, damn, I don't remember the first phase being this freaking difficult. Only after looking it up did we realize that Renala wasn't in her golden shield like she should have been during our multiplayer session. Therefore, we couldn't even damage her because none of her minions had that glowing light around them like there should have been. Thankfully, on a subsequent attempt, the game decided to play nice and actually work this time around, but it's just like, dude, Elden Ring feels like a less polished, buggy experience whenever you play multiplayer. And I hope they're able to make it more convenient to play together, as they totally could. I just don't think From is familiar with making a more catered experience to people who want to play together. And again, even with all the bugginess, I'm glad to be able to share the experience here with my brother. I just wish it could be a more polished one, and with this video, here's hoping some changes will be made. And that marks the end of this video. Appreciate you guys watching. The support has been awesome lately, and I can't wait to make more videos for you guys in the future. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'm not doing the fist-only run that I promised you guys, okay?